What's up, everybody? Welcome to my second channel, MoreZMC. Today I am going to do a little different video. I used to do these a while back, kind of stopped doing it how busy I got, but now I'm going to bring it back. This is everything I watched in the month of March, plus my March haul. I got a fat stack of movies right there. I saw a fat stack of movies, and I'm going to tell you what did I think about all these movies, and what do I think about the movies I got on my haul. Real quick thing, a lot of these I have videos about where I talked in more in-depth detail, so like, for like all the Denis Villeneuve movies I watched, I have a whole ranking of that. The Kung Fu Panda movies, I got a whole ranking of that. But for movies I haven't really talked about and just movies that I kind of just threw on, I'm going to go into more in-depth with that. Before I get started, please make sure to subscribe to this second channel. I'm trying to get a lot more subscribers on this. And go subscribe to my main channel, Zachary Movie Chat. And with that said, the first movie of March that I saw was Dune Part 2. Now, I was a little late to the party on this one. We went to Florida, and I, of course, didn't have time to go check out the movie, and so we came home about 3 days later, checked it out the next day, so it wasn't until like the March 4th or 5th that I had a chance to check out this movie, and it was also the first movie I watched this month. And again, not going into too much detail, I have a whole review on my main channel of this film, but I thought it was masterful. Denis Villeneuve is a fantastic director. He directs everything so great, and the character arcs here are just so good. If you had a director who can have a whole character arc explained in like 2 or 3 scenes, you know it's great. The visuals are great. This is the best movie of the year so far. I wouldn't be surprised if it stayed as the best movie of the year. It's a great movie. Then I watched Orion and the Dark. I wanted to watch one more movie for my February ranking, and I did. Instead of watching Code 8 Part 1 and Part 2, decided to just check out Orion and the Dark. And I thought it was solid. I thought it would work better as like a real quick, like a quick short film, maybe like a half-hour, 45-minute short film, because there's good ideas here when it's just focusing on what all the different things of the dark and all that, what they do. It's interesting. But the majority of the movie, like, the movie makes up for so much time to where the last 15 minutes of the movie is this whole time travel plot and make-believe in kids' mind. Like, it definitely runs out of ideas near the end, but I think it was solid enough as a Netflix DreamWorks movie. Then I went on to talk about Kung Fu Panda 1. I started my Kung Fu Panda watch, and I have a whole ranking on my channel. I'm not going to go into too much depth, but I thought the first Kung Fu Panda movie was solid. Not one of my favorites of the franchise, but it was solid enough. The best part about it was Poe's character arc. He's just such a likable character, and it's really nice to see this character. It's really nice just to see the character progress on this journey. The cast is elite. There's awesome action sequences. It's a whole lot of fun. Did have some issues going into the end of it, but you can go check out my ranking of the Kung Fu Panda movies for more on that movie. It's solid enough. Then I checked out Prisoners and then Sicario, 2 5-star Denis Villeneuve movies. Both of them are great. Prisoners is extremely hard to watch. It is very, very hard to watch, and like I was so scared during like the first 10 minutes of the movie. I was genuinely scared through a lot of this movie. It is tense, and it is really, really a great movie. Sicario is one of my personal favorite movies of all time. I love Denis Villeneuve. This is a comfort movie for me. Like, if you can make a thrilling action movie that doesn't keep me intrigued by the action sequences and keeps me intrigued by the characters, you know that it's a great movie. And both of these movies were 5 stars. Then I checked out Damsel on Netflix, a movie that I was looking forward to watch. Didn't really talk about this movie yet. It will be included in my March ranking coming next week, most likely, as it is Friday as I'm recording this. But Damsel, for me, was solid enough. It's exactly what I'd expect out of a Netflix movie about Millie Bobby Brown fighting dragons. It was solid enough. Nice visuals. An intriguing enough story, kind of went a bit too long in the end, but it's solid. It's a solid 3.5 star movie that I enjoyed watching. And then a weird thing, I went on to watch Kung Fu Panda 4 before I saw 2 and 3. So I watched Kung Fu Panda 4, Kung Fu Panda 2, Kung Fu Panda 3. Kung Fu Panda 3. That's the order I watched in. Kung Fu Panda 2, I think, is really solid. I think it has the best story out of the entire franchise, the best world building, some of the best action sequences. I think it's really solid. It's not my favorite. My favorite is Kung Fu Panda 3. Not to spoil the ranking again, to go in depth, go check that out on my main channel. But this I really did enjoy this one. I think it had the best character arc for Po and the best characters of the entire franchise. Kung Fu Panda 4 is just one of the most unnecessary sequels ever. I think Kung Fu Panda 3 was a perfect end to the Kung Fu Panda trilogy, and having a Kung Fu Panda 4 just left me like, oh, okay. That's disappointing. It's solid, it has some solid sequences, but overall it's just a meaningless addition to the franchise. For the Kung Fu Panda franchise, I don't absolutely love it. Like, the highest I'd go is 4 stars for the franchise, but I'd say it's fine. It's fine. It's fine entertainment, and the first 3 movies are much better than the 4th movie. We're gonna kind of skip over this one because I also have it in my haul, but Blade Runner 2049, let's skip over it for now. I'll talk about it when I get to my haul, because I got it in my haul. Ghostbusters Afterlife, I just uploaded a ranking of Ghostbusters, so for more in-depth on that one, go check it out. But Ghostbusters Afterlife was my favorite movie of the franchise. I think it is a perfect addition. It's great because it makes it a coming-of-age story. Inside the Ghostbusters franchise, the characters are likable, it's entertaining, there's an emotional subplot to it. It is a really great movie of the Ghostbusters franchise, and one of my, it is my favorite movie out of that entire franchise. Then I moved on to watch the Roadhouse remake. I really dug this movie. I thought the action sequences were fun, the cast was pretty great. It's just a very fun streaming movie. I turned it on like late at night, and I was getting tired near the end. Turned it off, went to bed so I could salvage my experience and finish it in the morning. But man, oh man, I had an absolute blast watching this entire movie. Late at night, and I was like wanting to cheer the screen at Jake Gyllenhaal because it was just so fun. Conor McGregor is a freaking beast in the movie. This movie is just a very fun time that I really do recommend if you really just like dumb action movies. Then I checked out Good Will Hunting. This is a movie that my mom was like, yeah, for school today we're watching Good Will Hunting. And I'm like, okay, why not? It is on my, I don't know where it's at in my room right now, but it's on my 100 best movies of all time poster that, oh yeah, it's right over there. But it's on my 100 list, my 100 movies of all time list that I got for Christmas, and it's on there, and I think it was very solid. A lot of the sequences where characters are just standing around talking, there's some of the best monologues in this movie I've ever heard. It's very emotional. It is pretty good. There are sequences to where I had to get on my phone and I was like, okay, this got kind of boring, but it always finds another sequence to rope it around, and just the characters are likable, and it's just a nice feel-good story by the end of it. I thought it was very solid. I'd give it about a 4 stars, probably like an A or an A- at worst. Then I checked out Ghostbusters 2016. Again, go check out my Ghostbusters ranking. I think this is a solid movie as a comedy. I think it could be pretty fun, but as a Ghostbusters movie, it's not very good. If this was a movie about 4 women hunting down ghosts, I would say it's much more fun and enjoyable, because it is a fun and enjoyable film. But that it's a Ghostbusters movie, it definitely takes itself away from that, because obviously the Ghostbusters are a beloved character IP. So I thought it was fun and solid enough. It's enjoyable to watch. It's just like one of those blockbusters that you could turn on and have fun with it, but it's nothing too special. Obviously, it's another movie that you've seen before. Then I moved on to watch Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I have a whole review on my channel as well as a ranking, but the majority of the movie felt like a video game. Characters going from place to place to place, getting different side missions. When we get to the final 45 minutes, I think that the movie is a blast, and it's really fun. As a Ghostbusters movie, the ghost is one of the best ghosts in this franchise. The characters are also really unlikable, though. Like, so many of them act so out of character for the plot to progress on. So it's kind of a disappointing movie, as I was really looking forward to it, but the last 45 minutes are really solid. Last couple on here, Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. Absolutely adored the movie. Again, I have a whole review on my channel, and I'm going to have a MonsterVerse ranking in the next week or so. I thought this movie was an absolute blast. It's exactly what I wanted. It's like Godzilla vs. Kong, but I didn't like that movie because it takes everything too seriously. This movie doesn't take a single darn thing seriously at all. It is the goofiest and the dumbest movie you will ever sit down and watch. And that is exactly what is so fun about the movie, that I sat down in the theater, all my worries were whisked away, and I just had a blast for 2 hours watching giant monsters punch each other. Seriously, not a single thing makes sense in this movie, but I did enjoy it. Then, late one night, I was sitting up and I was like, I kind of want to watch a movie, but I guess I'll find a show, because there wasn't any shows that I was watching. The new episode of X-Men 97 didn't come out yet, but I couldn't find a show, so I decided, hey, you know what would be cool? If I decided to rewatch the entire MCU and give a ranking at the end of the year. That is what's going to be my big project at the end of the year. There will be a ranking of the entire MCU. I started with Captain America: The First Avenger. It's a 5-star movie. I always slept on this movie. I always thought at best it was like a 3.5. But it's a 5-star movie. The characters are so likable. It sets up so much stuff for the rest of the Captain America franchise, while also having some of the biggest set pieces, most entertaining set pieces, and an emotional story. Maria's gonna be very happy that I gave this movie 5 stars, because she's always loved the movie, and she's always been mad at me for not loving the movie, and I'm really glad that when I checked it out, I completely flipped around, because I really did enjoy the movie. And the last movie I watched in the month of March, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Not going to talk about that because I have it in my haul. So, yeah, let's move on to the haul. That was everything I watched in March. Tell me down below, what is everything you watched in March? Or at the very least, what was the best thing you watched in March? The best thing I watched in March was the first movie I watched in March, Dune Part 2. Visually, it is epic. It has a great story, great set pieces, and fantastic character arcs to where every single character in the entire movie has a character arc. I was disappointed in the first Dune, and I was absolutely floored by the new Dune Part 2. So that is that. Let's move on to the haul. I got 2 stacks here. I'm gonna grab the first one here. A couple of these might be from April, because it is halfway through April, and I did buy a couple more things, but I don't care. Also, Kong right here with all these cards. Normally I move the cards before filming. I don't know why I forgot this time. We all chill here. I bought this Kong Funko Pop. Well, my mother bought the Kong Funko Pop for me. I gotta include that. So, and there goes. Oh, I also bought the Dune Part 2 popcorn bucket that's been sitting here for a while. I really do like that popcorn bucket. A lot of people haven't noticed that I kind of put Ant-Man in there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I did put Ant-Man in there. He's getting eaten by the sandworm, and that's kind of neat. But anyways, time for the haul. First movie I bought, Iron Claw. Really want to watch this. I've heard so many good things about it. It sounds like a movie for me. Unfortunately, I have not had the time to check it out. So I definitely will watch it, and I'm considering making a review for it because of how much I do really want to see it. But follow me on Letterboxd at ZachMovieChatYT. I review every movie on there, so you will see a review for the Iron Claw after I watch it. For Easter, I got a bunch of steelbooks because my mom is a beast and is absolutely crazy. One of them I got was Red Dawn. I had no idea what this movie was. I thought it was a completely different thing, but then my mother and father explained what it is. I read the back of it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds really interesting. The thing that sucks about being a film critic is that, especially with me, where I got stuff going on almost every night, I gotta take my chances to watch a movie or show. And when I do that, it's got to be something that I'm doing for a video, so I can never really watch movies like this. But eventually, when I graduate, I definitely plan on start doing that, because I need to catch up on a lot of movies. And Red Dawn, something I like. I like the steelbook. I like that the back of them is a bunch of soldiers dropping down. I really like that steelbook. It's a solid one. These 2 I did get in April, I know that for sure, but screw it, I'm including them here. I didn't open them yet, but my mother bought on Amazon the Army of Darkness Steelbook. I ranked the Evil Dead franchise, go check that out last year after Evil Dead Rise, but I do think this is a very cool steelbook. Army of Darkness was a solid enough movie. It wasn't my favorite of the franchise, but it was enjoyable enough that the ending did not stick the landing, but man, this is a really neat steelbook as well. And we got Major League, one of my brother's favorite movies. I've actually never seen this, but this is a cool steelbook of the locker and all that, and it's really cool, and I really do like it, so I will have to check this out with my brother eventually. Again, probably after the school year when I have time to watch a couple movies a day. Also, those steelbooks are 4K, and I got a PlayStation 5 finally, so I can watch them on 4K, and I'm uber happy about that one. Men. Started my Alex Garland ranking. Not going to talk too much about this because it'll be coming in the next couple of weeks, but I watched it. First part of it is boring. It's very boring. The second part of it is kind of creepy. I'm like, ooh, I'm really invested in the movie. And the last, I'd say 15-20 minutes is, what the heck just went on? I actually Googled the movie and I had no idea what happened at all in this movie, but I'd say it's solid enough as a movie. It's not my favorite movie. Alex Garland's not my favorite director by far. I'm not the biggest fan of his, but it's fine. It's not as bad of a movie as all of you people have been complaining about. Then we got Train to Busan. Saw this on 4K. Multiple times I've tried to watch this movie. I've never gotten into it, but man, when I finally watched the movie sitting down on my couch and not just in a van on my way to my brother's baseball games or whatever, wow, I was blown away. I love zombie flicks. It's got some of the best zombie sequences I've seen in a movie forever. The cast was all fantastic. The story was extremely emotional. I was bawling my eyes out by the ending of that movie. I mean, what a movie is Train to Busan, and I highly recommend this steelbook. I got that one for Easter, but I bought this one on my own, the Batman steelbook. I haven't checked it out again since I've seen it in theater. I really need to, specifically because I've been craving mature superhero movies, and I know this is what it was. I wasn't the biggest fan of it leaving the theater, but I really do need to check it out, because I love mature superhero movies. I love the aesthetic of the movie. I mean, I absolutely really need to check this out again, but both of those steelbooks are really cool. This is actually probably my favorite steelbook because it's him on the ground on the zombie eating thing. It's like a really neat steelbook, and so is the Batman steelbook. I like that one as well. Let me stand up and grab the next section of movies here. Promised y'all I'd talk about this one. It's Blade Runner 2049. Again, got a Denis Villeneuve ranking, so I won't really talk much about that one, but I watched it on Hulu because I got this for Easter and I watched the movie before Easter, but I think it was fine. I feel like it's starting to set up for like a trilogy of movies, and we never got a trilogy, so it feels kind of empty in the end, but I'd say it's a solid enough sci-fi movie. I don't really think Denis Villeneuve has made a bad movie, so it's not bad at all. Go check out my Denis Villeneuve ranking for more info on that. I need to rewatch this movie because I liked it out of the theater. Don't think it was one of my favorite movies, but I do need to rewatch Oppenheimer. Love the steelbook. Like, look, it's just the atomic bomb clouds. Love it. I have not had a chance to check it out again, but I really do need to. I am going to rank Christopher Nolan's movies along with Guy Ritchie's movies this year. Not in the same video, but those are two directors that I plan on doing videos for, so I will check this one out again. But once I saw it the first time, I thought it was pretty good. It always found a way to draw me back in to be interested, but also it just really wasn't the most entertaining movie 100% either, but I do, again, need to check it out. Promised to you guys I'd talk about this one too, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. I have a whole review on it once it was released in the theater last year. Rewatched it, found it to be slightly less entertaining. It's still really fun. I still really love how the Turtles are voice cast by actual teenagers. That's one of my favorite parts about this entire movie. But it also is, like, it has a lot of pacing issues. The dialogue is a lot of explaining instead of showing. And so that could really drag down the movie, but it's still a solid 3.5 movie. I really did dig the movie, and I'm really excited for the sequel where we get to see Shredder. That is what I'm excited for. American Psycho, never seen it, but this is one of the coolest steelbooks I've ever seen. Look, so it's got him putting on the mask. Let me try to put those two aside. And then when you release it, it doesn't have the mask. And then look at the back of it. Look at the back of it. He's got the axe. So that is really neat. I was gonna watch this with my friend Wesley, but I didn't, and so I'm gonna invite him over sometime, and we're gonna watch the 4K version of American Psycho because I really didn't want to watch it back then, but now I'm kind of interested in the movie. Last two here, we got Creepshow. This is a movie. It's not a movie. It's a steelbook. I believe it's a TV show, or is it a movie? It might be a movie. I know there's a Creepshow show, but I don't know what this is or what kind of movie this is. It's another one I got for Easter that I will have to obviously check out once I have time during the summer. But it's another solid steelbook. I think all these steelbooks look really, really, really cool, and I really do like this one. And then the last one, Little Monsters. My mother loves this movie. I think my dad likes this movie too, and so I like the inside of it too. It's just two guys staying there. And so I'll have to, again, check it out with my family in the summer, maybe even before that. It's still a pretty neat steelbook, and I really like it. So that was everything I saw in March, and that was everything I bought in March. Leave me a comment down below. What did you see? What did you buy? And what is your favorite pickup or watch of the month? Go check out my main channel, Zachary Movie Chat. There will be a bunch more videos coming out soon, like a Monsterverse ranking, a bunch of reviews. I'm going on a double feature of the Ministry of Unfortunate Gentlemen. I think that's what it's called. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That's the title of the movie. And I'm also going to see Abigail, and then I'm going to go watch Rebel Moon Part 2. So please, if you're watching this, I've already seen it. It's probably going to suck. Pray for me. But that was this video. Please make sure to subscribe to more ZMC and my main channel, Zachary Movie Chat. And with that said, subscribe, join the Nerd Army. Peace out.